In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to change cell size by resizing rows and columns in Sheets. Let's jump right in and get started. First, open Google Sheets in your browser. Once the page loads, look through your recent files list and click on the sample spreadsheet you want to work with. Give it a moment to open and wait for the spreadsheet grid to fully load on your screen. You should see headers along row 1 and some sample task data filling columns A through E. Now, let's make a column wider by dragging its border. Move your pointer up to the top of the sheet and place it directly on the divider line that sits between the column letters E and F. Watch your cursor carefully, because when you hover in the right spot, it will change into a left-right resize arrow. Once you see that arrow, click and hold the divider line. Slowly drag the divider to the right, expanding column E until the notes column is wide enough that you can comfortably read more of the text inside. When you're happy with the width, release the mouse button to lock in the new size. Column E should now appear noticeably wider than the other columns around it. Next, let's make a row taller by dragging its border. This time, move your pointer over to the left side of the sheet, where the row numbers are listed. Hover right on the divider line that sits just below row number 2. As before, your cursor will shift, but this time it becomes an up-down resize arrow. When you see that, click and hold the divider line. Drag it downward to give row 2 more height. Once it looks tall enough, release the mouse to set the new row height. Row 2 should now have more vertical space than the rows surrounding it. If this helped, hit like and subscribe for more quick tutorials. Now we'll apply exact sizes to multiple columns and rows at once. Start by clicking the column letter B at the top of the sheet. With the mouse held down, drag across to include columns C and D, so columns B, C, and D are all highlighted together. Then right-click on any of the selected column letters to bring up the menu. From that menu, click the option that says Resize columns B to D. A small dialog box will open. Select the option to enter a new column width in pixels. Carefully type in the column width you want to apply across all 3 columns. Take your time entering the number, then click OK to confirm. Now we'll do the same thing for the rows. Move to the left side of the sheet and click row number 2. With the mouse still held down, drag downward through row number 5. So rows 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all selected together. Right-click on any of the selected row numbers to open the menu. From the options that appear, click Resize rows 2 to 5. Another dialog box will open up. Select the option to enter a new row height in pixels. Now type in the row height you want all 4 rows to share. Enter the number carefully so it applies evenly, and then click OK to confirm your changes. The selected columns should now all share the same width, and the selected rows should all share the same height, giving you a clean and uniform layout. And that's the result. Your Google Sheet now has a wider notes column where the text is easier to read, a taller example row that stands out from the others, and a group of rows and columns resized to exact matching dimensions. The visible cell sizes change because the underlying row heights and column widths were adjusted, both by dragging the dividers manually and by entering precise pixel values through the resize dialog. You now have full control over how your spreadsheet cells are sized, whether you want a quick visual adjustment or a precise, uniform layout across multiple rows and columns at once.